Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night. She had my. You think it's my fault? No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with. Get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get the fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's time.
I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I never go live.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know I listened to you yesterday when we were watching. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right, from the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gone!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Gone!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to wind up and air it out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there on third down for the Browns. 48 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun. Detroit.
Mayfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game, as it's first and goal. Here's Coleman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Well, they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
Coleman. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
He'll go with a keeper. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
It's Coleman here. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Tevin Coleman punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. Give him 55 yards on the ground. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Williams now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Detroit! Gone!
This is Coleman. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Going up top. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
To throw on second down, Jones throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Gone!
Throwing, Jones. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Leopard!
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Coleman now. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now he'll throw deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Going for the deep ball. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Carl Lawson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Marquette King now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Marquette King now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. He'll take it at the 42. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. On second down. Here's Mixon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jordan Willis in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Jones. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
First down, Mayfield. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Mayfield again. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Gone!
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jones to throw on 2nd down. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones avoids the target, and he has it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Here's a sneak with Jones. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge. Their D-line surge leading to fourth. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Nazaire Jones there on the tackle.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Hot!
Second down, Mayfield. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Mayfield on first down. Drops it off for Coleman. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there he goes inside the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll toss it to Coleman. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Mayfield now. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That good for 19 and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Is able to put it through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. Here's Jones throwing on first down. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
To throw again, Jones. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Jones. And Eifert has it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Over.
Now Jones on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And the pressure gets to him again. Jordan Willis in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. To throw, Mayfield dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And Gold is able to put it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
All right, here we go.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Jones now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19!
Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and I think the Browns got it. They did. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashad Perriman, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
No, check, Patriot!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this one's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
From the gun, Jones. On the right side, caught by Green. They can't tackle it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
If he's their best threat on offense, he's your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Jones operating from the gun. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.